Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the IMCDB project. I, of course, am your host, CDB. You are not. And today we're going to do a shave video. Going to do a giveaway. My friend David Fernicola, the inspector, sent me this Lakewood honey mash to give away, and there you have a look at it. It definitely smells like honey mash. Smells pretty good. Aftershave balm and tallow soap by Lakewood. So the inspector sent me that. So we shall give that away, and I'll let loose on the details here shortly. We're going to use today a shave stick. I realize I haven't used any shave sticks for a long time. So I've got it in this West Coast Shaving little shave stick holder. This is Spike or Spike, some people call it. By the way, a gentleman last video, I think, corrected me on what was I using last video. I don't recall. I think it might have been Mula. He corrected me on how that said. I don't care, people. I think we all know whether you say Mule. We all know what the R41 is. As you know, if you've watched over the years, I'm not super crazy about, getting all that right. There are plenty of people who will. The people who want to plug the, and read the manufacturer specs and all that, I'll leave that to them. I just say it however I say it. By the way, I do have a couple of ingrowns there, which is, they're from last week when I didn't shave for a couple of days, and afterwards, still, well, it's towards the early this week, so they're still hanging around. I've been sort of struggling with that, but anyway, if you've never used a shave stick, you just sort of rub it on your face. Get it wet, rub it in, and then we'll use our brush to generate a lather. I like to rub quite a bit in just to make sure we get a good lather. Going to continue using the old West Coast shaving brush, which I've gotten the butt of it dirty now. But anyway, we're going to use it and hopefully have a good shave today. And anyway, with the shave stick, you just simply rub it in and then make your lather on your face. And I'm sure we'll have a good lather because I had plenty of product there. The razor is going to be the Progress, or actually Mergress they call it. This one just happens to be modified. It's really become one of my favorite razors. Really good adjustable, and I would definitely recommend it. I think adjustables are a great second razor. You've gotten that first Merker 34C or Edwin Jagger, and now you've stuck with that for hopefully at least a few months, and now you're ready to move on to your second razor. I think an adjustable like the Merker Progress or Parker Variant, or an old Gillette Fat Boy or Slim is a good option to go to. Okay, so that's going. I've got it set on about 3, somewhere thereabouts. Let's turn it up to 3. There we go on the dial. Again, very, very good razor here. Nose is itching. Sorry about that. The regular retail version, of course, has the plastic knob. I never liked that plastic knob, although it works just fine. Not much different. I think the people who make the Mergress claim the adjustment is more precise with the metal knob. I don't know if it is or not. It could be marketing, but it certainly is more durable. I can tell you that. Or at least I assume it is by virtue of just the material. So there you have it. Very nice. We've had, actually, this is the first weekend that I can recall not having any rain for a long time. It's been rainy most of the spring and summer. In fact, when I was fishing, it rained every day last week. And, we just plugged away anyway. But this weekend was actually nice. Very warm, no rain, and it's the first one I recall for a while, but I didn't really do anything extraordinary. We went to the movie, my wife and I saw John Wick, which I enjoyed. It's not for everybody. It's just a lot of gun violence, but I kind of like sort of a throwback to old action movies. No political statements, you know, nothing like that. Just good old fashioned, you know, 90 minutes or so of, I don't know how long the movie ran, but it wasn't overly long, but you know, it's just your typical, if you've seen a John Wick movie, then you know what it is. And so if you like that sort of thing, then you'll probably like it. If you don't, you won't. But it was a good movie. I liked it. I've seen some movies that weren't so good recently. I enjoyed it more than the Avengers. I mean, to be honest with you, I thought it was a good movie. But apart from that, well, we did go, they have this event here called Live on the Levee on Friday evenings here. And they had a couple of bands performing. One was Unknown and one was the Verve Pipe. And I remember seeing the Verve Pipe some 20-some years ago, open for Kiss. And they had a song like back in 1996 or 97 that charted pretty high called The Freshman. So I said, yeah, let's go see the Verve Pipe. I remember them being, you know, decent, pretty good. And man, let me tell you, people around here, this is Charleston, West Virginia, just up and down, up and down, up and down. They're literally playing their, you know, top 5 hit. I think it peaked on the Hot 100 at like number 5. They're playing their hit song and just people are up and wandering around. They have no interest in the music. And I'm embarrassed for the artist, really, because, you know, nobody seems to be paying attention to the music. I mean, there people are, I'm exaggerating, but there's so many people just getting up and down and, you know, and you've already went through the opening act. So people you would think would be settled by now, but they're not. They're just up and down and up and down. And it's like that sometimes at the movies, which is why I try to sit in a place where no one can really get in front of me, or there are some seats that aren't all the way up front, but like the second section, if you sit in the front row, you don't really have to deal with too many people getting up and down and up and down. It's irritating. Or maybe I'm just getting older, but I'm there to take in the music, try to respect the artist by paying attention and listening to their work, and they're doing their best, and there's just people just paying no attention whatsoever. And I don't guess they have to. It's a community event. I mean, you don't have to sit there and listen to every song or, you know, be into it. But, you know, it was crazy because the first band was like a local band and they didn't really play any recognizable songs. So not much crowd engagement there whatsoever. But my opinion is, and granted, I'm not a musician, I'm not artsy at all. I wish I could play music, but I can't. If you're completely unknown, I get the integrity of wanting to play your own music, but throw in a few covers that people recognize. That way the crowd can like, oh yeah, now I know one. You know, I know it's cheap, but the crowd does appreciate it, trust me. Because when you just play a bunch of songs that no one's ever heard, and in a lot of cases, they're not very good. Because, you know, some of these bands have been playing a long, long time, and they've yet to really be discovered or go anywhere. Chances are, if you've been playing that same original music for 20 years and you're nowhere, you're probably not going to get very far. So the least you can do is make the crowd happy with a few covers. Could you do that, please, if you're a musician? I mean, you know, at least give them something. But if you're giving them the same music that's gotten you nowhere, I mean, maybe it makes you feel good, but it doesn't make us feel good. And I say that not being a musician, because I'm sure if I was producing, you know, music and writing songs, I would want to play those songs too. So I do get it, but I'm just saying, if you can get the crowd on your side, then maybe they'll be more inclined to like your original music. Like I've seen other bands who have a lot of original music, but they'll throw in that cover or two and you sort of get into it, and then you're sort of rooting for them and paying more attention for their original content, you know. And so I've seen, you know, major band, when I go to concerts, they'll play covers of other musicians, you know. And so it's kind of, it's kind of, it's boring if you go and there's nothing recognizable. You know, that's just my perspective. And I understand that they're, you know, artistic integrity and playing their own music and not selling out and all that stuff. But sometimes you might have to sell out in order to entertain the audience and the people you want to buy your CDs and swag that you're selling, you know, at the booth. Because I can tell you, if you're playing stuff that no one recognizes and people don't seem to be into it, and the crowd is like flatline, like a, you know, you're getting nothing back, and you're doing your crowd work and you're getting nothing, chances are you're not hitting the mark. But then again, like I said earlier, I'm not sure this was the best audience anyway, so, you know. But the Verve Pipe did play at least a cover, and they played their, you know, hit, of course. They played the Reaper, which I believe was Blue Oyster Cult, I want to say. So they even played a cover, and they're a known band. Now, granted, they're not at the top of their game, but they're a known band. Have been, you know, playing professionally for a long time. But it's kind of my take on local, sort of unknown band. Give the crowd something that they can get into. That's my it's my recommendation as just somebody who likes to take in these sort of events. Well, that was a good shave. The Spike was very nice. And again, don't email me about the way to say this, because I just don't care. I'll just be honest with you. I've been at this long enough where I just don't care. It used to be fun when I used to mispronounce things and people would bust my chops over it. But I'm at the point now I just don't care either way. You know, Spike, whatever you want to call it. Good shave stick. Did the job. The Mergress with the metal knob. Good razor. Does the metal knob give you that much? I don't know. But it does give you at least the assumption that it's a little more vulnerable if you drop it, or a little less vulnerable, I should say, if you drop it. It does a great job. It really is a great razor. And of course, our West Coast Shaving Synthetic. West Coast Shaving, folks, has a lot of great stuff, so I encourage you to go there. I'm still, I don't think I'm going to give this one away. They sent it to me a long time ago, and I just found it. I forgot to even send it to give away. I think I'm just one day just going to, like I said, I've had it so long, I probably just need to pay them for it and keep it, because I use it every day, and I've really been enjoying it. So there you have it. Anyway, the how to enter the giveaway from this courtesy of the Inspector Furnicle. Send an email. Just say Lakewood in the email to cdb@imcdb.com, cdb@imcdb.com. And again, don't expect a response to the email. I will put your name on the randomizer list. I'll draw in 2 weeks from today, whatever that is. Sometimes it goes longer because I don't have time, but I'll draw in about 2 weeks. And I will announce the winner again. Just send an email, cdb@imcdb.com. We'll randomly draw, and then I will get your address. And if you want to put your address in there, so I already have it, it's fine. You can go ahead and do that. And we'll draw a winner for this Lakewood product. Again, this is courtesy of the Inspector Furnicle and not Lakewood. Just want to make that clear. And again, I want to thank everybody for watching once again. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB. You're not. God bless.